Good morning, children. So today in our lesson we are going to study reproduction in animals. Okay, in this lesson we are going to study what is meant by reproduction, what are the modes of reproduction, and reproductive systems of human, fertilizations, types of fertilizations. About these things we are going to study. So first let's see reproduction. What is meant by reproduction? The process by which an organism products its offspring is called reproduction. That means there are some life process are there. Life process means the process which help us for survival are known as life process, like digestion, excretion, reproduction. These all are our life process. That means they all are basic process which help for our survival and perpetuation. Such process are known as life process. Then coming to one of the life process, reproduction. It is the process in which organism produces its own offspring is called reproduction. That means, see, now I am having organism A. Okay, perpetuation means continuation of its species. Now I am having organism A. Okay, by the process X, example I am saying, okay, you think it is X, okay, by the process X, that organism produced one more, its young organism. That young one we are calling as offspring, and that process X is known as reproduction. Okay, we understood now. Once again I am repeating, reproduction means the process by which an organism produces its offspring is called reproduction. Then coming to modes of reproduction. What are the modes of reproduction? Modes of reproduction are, there are two modes of reproduction are there in animals. That means reproduction may takes place by two modes. One is either maybe sexual reproduction, or second one is maybe by asexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction and what is asexual reproduction? Okay, let's see what is mean by sexual reproduction and what is mean by asexual reproduction. Is when two parents are involved in reproduction and gamete formation is necessary for reproduction, it is called sexual reproduction. Male gametes are produced by the male parent and female gametes are produced by the female parent. Fusion of male and female gamete is an important step in this type of reproduction. Coming to this sexual reproduction. What is this sexual reproduction is? See, here I am having two parents. That is, I am having parent X, at the same time parent Y. Okay, here I am having two parents. Okay, so these two parents involved in the reproduction, and from each parent I am getting one gamete, and the produced gametes, both the gametes fuse and form one gamete, that is called zygote. Okay, so here in this reproduction two parents are involved. One parent is X, second parent is Y. Two parents involved, and the involved two parents form the gametes, and the produced gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete, both of them are fused forming zygote, and this mode of reproduction is known as sexual reproduction. Now coming to asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction is? See, here when I am writing, I am having only one parent X. Okay, so from X I am getting directly offspring. No fusion of the no gametes are produced and no fusion of gametes. Such mode of reproduction is known as asexual reproduction. Okay, see here, like when we are going for growing some of the plants, okay, we will follow different methods like grafting, layering, cutting, all this. Okay, like rose, I will take one parent rose. Okay, from parent rose what will happen? Directly I can produce another offspring rose. Here no need of two plants, two parents are no need. Directly from one parent I am getting second offspring. Such mode of reproduction is known as asexual reproduction. But coming to this sexual reproduction, must and should, there should be two parents are required, and the two parents should produce two gametes, and the produced two gametes should fuse, forming one zygote. This mode of reproduction is known as sexual reproduction, and this mode of reproduction is known as asexual mode of reproduction. Okay, so now let's see once again the definition of asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? Let's see. So once again saying what is a sexual reproduction and what is asexual reproduction definition is: sexual reproduction, when two parents are involved in reproduction and gamete formation is necessary for reproduction, is called sexual reproduction. That means it is saying two parents are required and the two parents should produce the gametes. Male gametes are produced by male parent and female gametes are produced by female parent. Okay, so male parent will produce male gamete and female parent will produce female gamete, and the produced gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete, will be fused, forming zygote, and formation of the zygote is the important step of in this type of reproduction. Such mode of reproduction we are calling as sexual reproduction. Now coming to asexual reproduction, when a single parent is involved in reproduction and gamete formation does not take place, it is called sexual reproduction. Here in sexual reproduction only one parent is involved and the involved parent will produce the daughter offsprings. Now coming to human reproductive system, what are present in this human reproductive system? What are the organs present in this human reproductive system? Human reproductive system will contain two. That means again I am saying sexual reproduction means there should be male and female should be there. Okay, male parent and female parent should be there. That means parent's reproductive system, male reproductive system is different to the female's reproductive system. Now let's see male reproductive system. What are the organs involved in this male reproductive system? Male reproductive organs are pair of testes, two sperm ducts, a penis are the reproductive organs. Testes produce male gametes called sperms. Okay, so first let's see male reproductive organs. What are male reproductive organs? Male reproductive organs, it contains pair of testes. Here I am having testis 1. This is testis 2. Okay, so this is testis A, testis B. Two testes are there. So these two testes are joined by sperm ducts. These two are sperm ducts. Testes, these two are sperm ducts, and these sperm ducts open into the outer opening is known as penis. Okay, so testis, it produces sperm. Testis produces sperm. The release or the produced sperm will enter into the sperm ducts. From sperm ducts it will be open, or sperm ducts will open into the penis. From penis it will comes out. Okay, so one thing you remember, testis will produce sperm. What is sperm? Sperm is the male gamete. Okay, now let's see the structure of the sperm. What is the structure of the sperm? What is the structure of sperm is? Structure of sperm. A sperm is very small in size, unicellular, and is composed of a head, middle piece and a tail. The organs of sperm is, or what are present in tail is sperm is, that is first one is head. Sperm will contain head, middle piece and a tail. Okay, see. So here see, this is sperm, this is the head part, this is middle piece, this is its tail. Okay, head part, it will contains a cap like structure. So what is the use of the cap like structure, we will see afterwards. In the middle piece, this is the middle piece. Inside the middle piece, what is present here, it contains genetic material. So here it is tail is there. Okay, these are the three parts of the sperm. Sperm is male gamete. What is the use of this head part, that means its cap like structure is, so this sperm, it is motile, that means it will move from one place to another place. Okay, so this sperm, it should fuses, that means it should fuse with the egg, that means it's ovum. Okay, ovum is produced in the female reproductive organ, and how it is produced we will see afterwards. Okay, so this egg, it cannot move, but sperm can move, that means this sperm, it should be attached to the egg. How it will be attached means by its head cap like structure. Through this cap like structure, sperm will be attached to the egg. Okay, in the middle it is containing genetic material. Coming to the tail, tail helps in its swimming. For swimming, tail is used. Okay, this is the structure of the sperm. What is sperm means? Sperm is very small. Okay, generally at a time, not one sperm, many number of sperms, millions, thousands, let it be, many number of sperms will be produced. So this sperm is very small in size, and sperm is unicellular. Okay, no, there are no many number of cells, only single cell. Okay, sperm is containing of single cell, and it is composed of head, middle piece and tail. This is the structure of the sperm. Then now let's see female reproductive organ. What are present in this female reproductive organ is, female reproductive organ or female reproductive system, it contains a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviducts, which are also known as fallopian tubules, and uterus. See again, here I am having two ovaries, they are connected with a pair of oviducts. These are ovaries, ovary. These two are oviducts, which is also known as fallopian tubules. So these oviducts, it will open into an opening called uterus. And this ovaries, pair of ovaries, it will produce female gamete known as egg or ovule. Okay, so the produced ovary, that means egg ovule, from ovary, ovule is produced and it will enter into the fallopian tubule. Okay, the sperm from penis, okay, it will enter to the uterus. From uterus it will travel through the fallopian tubules and reaches the oviduct, and already here egg which is released from the ovary, it reached to the oviduct, and here both of them will be fused and zygote will be formed. Okay, that process we are calling as fertilization. So what is fertilization is the fusion of male and female gametes within a female is called fertilization. That means here the male gamete which is produced from the male and the female gamete which is produced from the female, okay, both of them will be fused, then only zygote will be formed. Okay, that fusion is known as fertilization. During fertilization, fusion of nuclei of sperm and egg takes place and zygote is formed, and the end product of fertilization is zygote, which is also a unicellular. Okay, it is zygote is made up of only single cell. Sperm is single cell, egg is single cell. Okay, so when this both of them fused, the product also is of single cell, that is zygote. Okay, then coming to types of fertilization, there are two types of fertilizations are there in animals. What are the two types is? First type is external fertilization and second one is internal fertilization. So what is external fertilization is when fertilization takes place outside the female body or animal's body. Such mode of fertilization is known as external fertilization, and most of the aquatic animals show external fertilization. Example is like, see, fish, frog, etc. They will produce eggs and sperm also in the water. They releases eggs and sperms also in water. So the released sperms and eggs will be fused outside the body of animal. Such mode of fusion is known as external fertilization, and this mode of fertilization is common in aquatic animals. And we may get the doubt, that is, before we came to know that at a time many number of sperms will be released, but only one egg will be released. But in case of these aquatic animals, at a time large number of eggs will be released, or at a time large number of eggs needed to be fertilized, because most of the fertilized eggs, it will be washed away by water or eaten by predators. That is the reason why at a time only large number of eggs will be fertilized. So see, maybe 100 eggs are fertilized. Out of 100 eggs, maybe 99 eggs are washed or eaten by predators. At least one egg is there. That means one zygote will be formed. So that zygote will develop into the adult. That is the chance here. Now coming to another mode of another mode of fertilization is internal fertilization. What is internal fertilization is, when fertilization takes place inside the animal's body, it is called internal fertilization. Internal fertilization is seen in most of the terrestrial animals. Unlike external fertilization, there is no need to produce a large number of eggs in internal fertilization, because already here fertilization is taking place inside the body only. So from outside no predator will come, or from outside no external effects will be shown. So that produced egg, it will be fused with the sperm and will form zygote. So zygote will develop into the adult. At a time only single egg may be fused here. Next, conception and childbirth. It takes place in the female reproductive system through following steps. Okay, here childbirth and conception will take place in the female reproductive organ only, or reproductive system only. A single egg comes out of the ovary every month and reaches the fallopian tube. Sperm reach the fallopian tube, where a sperm fertilizes the egg. This results in formation of zygote. Zygote undergoes several rounds of cell division to become a ball of cells. It is known as embryo. Okay, zygote, it is single cell. It will undergo several rounds of, or it will undergo several cell divisions, forming many number of cells. At that time we cannot identify any of the organelle. We can see only a ball, that means like mass of cells, ball like cells. That is known as embryo. This ball of cells moves to the uterus and gets implanted in the wall of uterus. This process is called conception. That means here fertilization is taking place in fallopian tubes. Okay, here in the fallopian tube, both sperm and egg are fused, this sperm and egg fuse, forming zygote. So here this zygote will undergo many number of divisions, forming embryo, and slowly from fallopian tubule, this embryo will move to the uterus, and for further development this embryo will be embedded in the walls of the uterus. Next, gestation. The period from conception to childbirth is called gestation period. The gestation period in humans is of 40 weeks. Embryo. What is embryo is? After conception, the ball of cells undergoes further rounds of cell division. During the process, the cell begin to differentiate into different types of tissues. Tissue level stage after conception is called embryo. Okay, like before I told, zygote will undergo several rounds of cell divisions, where we cannot identify any of the organelle. Such type, at the time we are calling it as embryo. Next stage, in that cell, ball of cells, okay, we can identify each and every organelle. At that time, that embryo is known as fetus. So what is fetus is? When the embryo begins to resemble a human being, it is called fetus. At this stage, various external organelles like eggs, head, ears, all we can see. Our next method, last one, is IVF. So what is IVF is? Any biological process carried out in laboratory is called in vitro. Thus fertilization carried out in laboratory is called in vitro fertilization. After in vitro fertilization, zygote is allowed to develop into a mass of cells and is then transferred into the uterus of subsequent development. Many women may fail to conceive due to certain problems. In vitro fertilization helps such women to bear a child. A baby which is born with the help of this technique is often called the test tube baby. That means, see, any of the biological process which is carried out in the laboratory is known as in vitro. Normally fertilization means either it may be external or internal. In animals, most of the animals, internal fertilization will take place. Okay. In some of the females, fertilization, there is some problem with the fertilization, and this zygote, after the fertilization formed zygote can grow. Okay. In this case, what will happen means, from one healthy human will collect the male gametes and female gamete. Both the gametes are allowed to fuse in the laboratory and will form zygote. The formed zygote will transfer into the mother's, that means female's reproductive system. Then here, now again natural growth will take place. Such process is known as IVF. Such process is known as IVF, and through IVF the born babies are known as test tube babies. Okay, test tube babies means not saying that babies are growing in the test tube. Okay, test tube means very small, baby cannot grow. What it is saying here, zygote is formed in the test tube. After the formation of the zygote, it is transferred to the female reproductive organ. There again growth will take place. That means embryo will be formed. From embryos, the fetus will be formed. From fetus, adult will be formed.